Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. And we've got a clip for you from the Talking It Out podcast with Brian and Mike. Nayte being interviewed, and there's some beef that is exchanged. Figured we'd get into it. Mike questions Nayte's character. Obviously, Mike, former contestant on Bachelorette himself, he calls out things as he sees them. Nayte defends himself. We're going to get into all that. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram at DNeals if you want to check out some of the new reels I've been putting out, stand-up show, tour dates, and all that jazz. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and like this content. All right, let's get right into it. We're just going to play essentially a 10-minute clip. I'm going to play the whole thing in its entirety, and we'll discuss thereafter. But good to hear Nayte sticking up for himself. We don't have the video of this clip, just the audio right now. So without further ado, let's have a listen.
Wait, can we settle this real quick? Is there a beef between Mike Johnson and Nayte? Let's just settle this right here because there's been a lot of talk. Anybody want to talk? Anybody want to say something?
I'm be specific. Nayte, do we have a beef?
I'm not sure. I am unsure about this.
All right, well, let me help you out in that regard to help your mindset.
Yeah.
As you may or may not know, I definitely got love for you. Like on the basketball date, I was like, bruh, you should say, come on now.
Yeah.
That's
he's
not.
He's a lover. He's a lover.
Obviously, that wasn't me coming at you. That was
of course not.
A joke, right? I'm sure you've gotten that by all your best homies, right? Because I'm sure you put your arm up, you basically could dunk the ball, right?
100%.
Now, with that being said, what I said to you on Twitter was, and I've said it already once, which was, how do we feel about Nayte? I'm watching him close, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that was my exact words. I thought you were a good sport, and you shared it or however you say it, and you were like, I thought we were friends, or I thought we were boys, or something of that nature. Right? I thought we were hermanos.
Yeah.
And then I got a bunch of hate, and in my opinion, I don't deserve none of that hate. And the reason is because I didn't say anything bad about you. I said I'm watching them close, and I feel that in today's episode, I was backed up in that. Your mom had said something. Michelle's parents had said something. The guy in Puerto Vallarta had said something, and I felt the same way, right? And so,
What is it about me? What is it about me that you feel like, and a lot of other people feel like they got to watch me closely? What do you think that is about me?
I'm going to get into it.
Yeah. What do you think it is about me that people need to watch closely?
The reason I said I want to watch you close is because we all love Michelle, as do you, of course, in love with Michelle. And I just simply want to make sure that your words are with your actions. Because I think that people watching it back will say, okay, I wasn't mean to Nayte. I didn't say I hate Nayte. I didn't say anything of that nature. I said I'm going to watch Nayte close.
Okay.
Awkward.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I think that somebody in your position understands how this environment is, right? So I think you've been watching me closely for a long time. Because I think it all started when I listened to the podcast that you and Brian were talking about the whole Chrisette situation, right? You had some pretty strong opinions on me saying it's not if, it's when, right? And you kind of jumped to a lot of conclusions as me. You were talking about my character, saying that if Michelle does end up with me, you were talking about like that is a direct reflection of my character because whether it's cockiness and I should never have said that. I should never have said that. I feel like you were once in this position before. And I think that I didn't watch which season you were on, but I think that not every conversation that you ever had with the Bachelorette was ever aired, right? So nobody understands what you guys ever talked about, right? Other than you and the individual, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like you didn't stop once to just say, maybe Nayte had the confidence, maybe there was something that was said in previous conversations that hey, it's not if, it's when. I had the confidence to say something like that. Because I wasn't out here talking about, hey, man, I got this in the bag. Not once did I ever say that. You got to remember, not once did I ever say I had anything in the bag. And you guys kind of ran with it. You in particular kind of really ran with Nate was over here like he got in the bag. I never said that. Chris S said that I was walking around the house like I had it in the bag. I never said it. You know what I mean?
That's
so
how
I was
Chris
just like,
felt.
damn.
Correct.
You know, I was like, damn, like for real? Man, really ran with the whole fact that I said that. I never said that. All I said is it's not if, it's not if, it's when.
Fake news.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that's the thing about the internet is like, do people really think I hopped up the limo and just, you know, felt like I had everything in the bag? No, I had amazing moments, amazing conversations.
And
I got like,
no, don't cut him off, bro.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I know. I had reason to believe. I had reason to believe in myself. I had reason to have the confidence to say what I said. And I think the internet kind of ran off with what I said, and especially you. You know, I think that you really ran off with me saying like, you know, I'm cocky, I'm arrogant. That was overconfidence. I should never have said that. You know what I mean? You've been in my situation before. You know that what they show on TV is not 100% what you know isn't what they don't show every moment.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And that's just
there's a lot of read. Like, I'm not going to sit there and complain like, dang, like Jamie just got a 1-on-1 and now Rodney had a 1-on-1 and Martin. I'm not going to sit there and complain like, where's my one? I'm not. No, like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy every experience I have with Michelle, and I have the confidence to believe for a very good reason. I'm not going to talk about what those reasons are because, you know, at this point it's just between Michelle and I. Right. You know what I mean? But I had very good reason to say, you know what? There's no reason for me to be upset right now. You know,
think
I'm
that
going
what
to
you're
continue.
saying. My apologies, bro.
No, keep on.
I think what you're saying is directly what my co-host Brian is probably thinking about right now. Because Brian, he's very similar to yourself. Got the first impression rose. He is now married, obviously, you know, to his wife, Rachel. And something that Brian, I'll speak to because he's spoken about it aloud, is that him and Rachel, and I know Brian, you'll speak to this. Him and Rachel had like a little thing. He knew that Rachel loved him and vice versa, right? And that wasn't seen on camera. And so you are right, Nate. All I can go off of is what I see on TV. I have been in your position. You're right about that. And everything doesn't get shown. I'm going to go off of what I see on TV, and I'm going to speak my opinion. Like last week, we had Brandon on the pod. I didn't think he was going to even make top 4, right?
Yeah.
And I apologize to him, but that doesn't negate the fact that I'm going to speak to how I see it. Now, with that being said, all your points are valid. They're very valid. I hear you, and I'm cheering for you. I'm here to celebrate you. I'm here to celebrate your love, but I'm not going to like forgo my tweets. Because I know that it's something that you would desire, you deserve to hear how I feel. And I'm going off of simply what I've been seeing. Just like everyone that watched the show.
I think that's what bothered me at the beginning. Because at first it's like you hear a podcast, it's like, okay, it's whatever. Then you see a tweet, it's like, okay, it's whatever. Then you hear this, it's like, you know, talking about when you were with Brandon, talking about the whole, you know, you guys didn't want to say names, but everybody in the world knows you were talking about me, not Joe, about how I was looking at everything like it was just a competition and nothing more than a competition to me. We all know you were talking about me, right? So I think like when it all piles on, that's when I was like, damn, like what's up with this guy? Like this guy has actually an issue with me for some reason, you know what I mean? And like
when I
going
said
back
tweet,
to like, I understand that you just said, like, you know, I'm just basing off what I see on the show. You know, I get that, but like I would expect that from everybody else. But for you individually, you have been in my shoes before, in the sense that you've been you've been in this environment, right? So I understand that you're saying I'm only being based on what's on the television screen, but you in particular, you know that what's on the television screen does not always add up. You know, like you didn't once stop to think that maybe Nate said that for a reason. Maybe that didn't come from a place of arrogance. Maybe that didn't come from a place of cockiness. Or he's you know, that's a reflection of his character, and Michelle's going to have to deal with that if she chooses him. Like, come on, man. All I said was it's not if, it's when. I wasn't over here talking shit. I was on the couch and somebody asked, hey, Nate, how you feel about this? I was like, you know what? I'm not upset. I don't like Martin just got a 1-on-1. I'm not going to cry about it. Like, I'm going to have my time here soon because I know that I have a connection with this woman and that we are going to continue moving. We're going to continue progressing this relationship because there's definitely a very strong mutual interest in both parties.
Wrap it up.
I didn't say anything malicious. I said it's not if, it's when. I never once said I have it in the bag. I didn't walk around like I had in the bag. Every single guy defended me. Like, Nayte does not walk around the house like he has in the bag. No, nobody in the house is doing that, and definitely not Nayte, like Chris S said. And then next thing you know, the whole world is saying Nayte said that he has in the bag. No, I didn't. Chris S said I did.
I guess that was.
It was a lot, man.
I guess Nayte, that's like I wish it wasn't phrased like that, because obviously Chris S took that and ran with it, right? Like, I was in your position where it's like I got supreme confidence from getting that first impression rose. You got it. You have every right to be confident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I guess, like, I wish you wouldn't have said it, because you gave people that at the end of the day had no business being there and never had a connection with Michelle. You, like, opened up yourself for them to go do some shady shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like,
and I definitely understand that.
Could the words have been better? Yeah. Like, if you know what I'm saying? But yes, I agree. Like, I don't think that you meant that you had this thing in the bag. Like, you were just a confident individual in that sense, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you knew the connection you had with Michelle, and, you know, the way it came out in front of the group, it's like there's snakes in the room. You know what I'm saying? And that guy went ahead.
Nobody had a problem with what I said other than Chris S too. Like, the rest of the guys, like, you know, everybody else is like, listen, what's wrong with this guy? You know,
those guys that know they have no shot, like, they have to stir up some shit. So they took your words, twisted it, and took it to Michelle. But let's switch gears here. Like,
all right, so they switch gears there. Oh, okay. Man, well, I mean, Nayte's sticking up for himself. He's saying, "Come on, man." Pulls the old Joe Biden. "Come on, man." To Mike, he's like, "You've been there at 2, Bruto. At 2. You've been in my position." And Mike kind of falls back on the thing we all fall back on. "Well, I'm just going off of what I'm seeing." Mike's a company man. Mike and Brian work for Bachelor. "I'm just going by what I'm seeing." And Nayte's going, "Yeah, but you know what you're seeing's wrong." Not to mention, you know, Chris S will conflate something that Nayte didn't say. Then they run with it. Now we're like 17 rows back on the human centipede. You know what I mean? No one wants to be in the front of the human centipede, let alone the back. And that's where it comes when we misquote people and this and that. And so good for Nayte. Good for Nayte for being tick-tacky. He's like, you know what? No, didn't say that. Like he's untangling the Christmas lights, and I think that's a good thing. Was it a wild beef? No. Is Nayte wearing his heart on his sleeve? Maybe, but it's these little microaggressions of people saying, "You're there for the wrong reasons, you're trouble, you're a red flag," all these things that slowly add up. So good for him for finally being able to prosecute his case. Real quickly, good on Nayte for standing up for himself. Sick of people ripping him apart, even if he were a player. He's currently in a committed relationship with an amazing woman. If he screws up, that's on him. But insisting that the poor guy is a smooth talker or player or whatever they call him is setting everyone up for failure for no reason. There's a reason. These leftover podcast hosts need to make a splash somehow. That's exactly what it is. Honestly, I wish people would stop pushing Mike as Bachelor. I like his vibe, and he has a gorgeous megawatt smile, but he's never struck me as a particularly genuine person, any more or less than the other choices. Yikes. Someone below says, "None of us are saints. We make mistakes and hurt people and get hurt and maybe broke a heart or two. This is just dating." Yeah, find me a person that wasn't a player, that hasn't ghosted, that wasn't toxic, codependent, needy, avoidant. We're all on one end of the spectrum. You're either codependent, counter-independent, or somewhere in between. The goal is to be as healthy as possible with whatever traits we have in life. I feel like as a codependent, it's kind of like someone who's an alcoholic. An alcoholic, you know, they say, "Look, I'm an alcoholic. Even if I'm sober, I still have it within me." A codependent still has it within them. Does an F-boy still have it within him? Maybe. But what makes a player or an F-boy? Is it someone who's really insecure and they were taught growing up that they need to bag women to receive validation from their gender? Maybe they learn that that's not what they need in life, and it's a bottomless mimosa of searching for that great white buffalo, and they realize maybe there's more substance in finding your one and only versus dinking around. Or maybe someone realizes, you know what, dinking around works for me. If it doesn't hurt anybody else, who cares? Either way, what a Christmas miracle that we have my content available on Christmas Eve. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll tell you what, I'm going for world domination here. That's what I'm going. I'm going to show you Bachelor. Let's do this. I'm going to show you guys Bachelor Nation right here, Bachelor Nation's YouTube channel. This is the greatest reality show or at least the biggest reality show in the world. 206,000 subscribers right here. And look at this. Your boy is in blue, 1.24 million. They're at 4 million. All right, they're 3 times bigger than me, but not bad considering, look at this, we're releasing the same amount of videos. They've actually released 4 more, and we're beating them in subscribers. So if you like the direction our channel is trending for Christmas this year, make sure you subscribe to this channel and recommend it to a friend. And I've got a couple more videos coming your way. I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas or holiday season, wherever you spend it. If you're in Los Angeles away from family, and God forbid you're homesick due to the spreading Omicron, let me know if I can hand out some soup to you, drop it off at your home or something. Trying to keep everyone, feeling like they got the Christmas spirit this year. All right, folks, leave a comment. Go to patreon.com/Dave Neal if you want to check behind the scenes content and new vlogs on Dave Neal Vlogs YouTube channel. We'll see you in a little bit.